So we're not too far away. This is what I have so far, and the apple's not good. A lot of things are just not there yet, but I want to make some shadows, and because that's going to help make this more realistic. I'm going to put myself in the countertop layer, add a layer, a blank layer on top of it, and I'm just going to make the shadow. It's going to come in a pattern that'll be interesting. So I'll start with this one. Sometimes it's easier just to draw the shadow like I'm going to do with this pen tool. Since I just last made a pattern, that's what's going to happen, but I'm going to have it become a different color. Whoops. I'm going to make it a dark gray. So this gray, you saw how to make a shadow in that tutorial with the watch. I'm going to do this shadow this way, and I'm not going to do all the shadows that way because they may not all need it. But this one's kind of dark here, and it feels like it's another shape there. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to zoom in and maybe make the apple invisible. Copy this shape here. Copy, edit, paste in front. Just to have a different idea that, like, see that that's something different. I'm going to give it a different gray. I'm going to scale it down, and it's just a bit distorted, I guess, so it's going to be like this. And let's just go with this for now. I can always change that shape. Then I'm going to grab those two, zoom in again, and I'm going to take the blend tool from since it's the same shape, I'm going to kind of find the points that came from the same points, to this point to this point. Now I have that. I'm thinking that I wonder if I should have made this last shape come from behind. I can object, arrange, send to back, and I've got something like that. That's close. I'm going to select this and make it not so dark. And I'm going to select the outside one. It's got the lighter gray, but I'm going to make it more transparent. So under appearance or properties, I'm going to take the opacity down. I'm going to make it all the way transparent. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it like that. Now, this blend option has under blend options, smooth color specified steps is only 1, so I'm going to make it like 10. That'll look better, but it's still a little not working. So I'm going to go back to object and make it smooth color with, let's say 50. That should be better. And it's making a moire pattern, which I'm not exactly sure why. So let's take this, and I'm going to expand this. It's actually still governed under the blend mode, and I can release it or expand it. I'm going to expand it. I can expand it here or expand appearance here. Blend, expand. And I think maybe it ended up being like that because this got super transparent. But I'm going to grab that, and sometimes you want to see it without all the outlines. I'm going to go View, Hide Edges, and I'm going to go to Effects, Blur, or Gaussian Blur. And that's going to be a little better. I'm going to really blur it. And then I'm going to take this whole shadow layer, this whole group I have here. I want to keep a little track of it. This is one shadow layer because it's now this whole layer that I can tell the whole layer to be like a multiply or a darken. Well, multiply probably looks better. And then even the whole layer, it doesn't have to be that transparent. Whoops. Or that opaque. There we go. So once you start using gradients, you're going to get a little bit of sluggishness in the computer. So I'm going to, when I make these others, like this one, kind of has two shapes, but I'll make one more there. So I'm going to just lock that layer, do this one here, and I will start behind here. What does that shape look like? I think I'm going to guess. Let me try this one. Oh, I have to remember to do show edges because it's going to disappear. So I'm going to try this with just the gradient. So I'm going to take the gradient tool and see what happens there. This shape could take on a different shape, a little bit different. And back to gradient. But I can also then take this second color of gradient and make it transparent, maybe even zero transparency, so it's going to 0 and still has a little bit of, gotta fix that. So probably want to start, that'll do for now, and then I can take this. This isn't completely transparent here because it starts somewhere back here, but then I can go and go to blur, Gaussian blur, give that a little blurriness, and again I might need to make that a little multiply, and maybe just a little more transparent. So that can happen with all of the shapes.